Why does a 5-ton elephant stay tied to a tiny wooden stake? It is strong enough to rip the stake out of the ground like a toothpick. It could walk away at any moment, but it doesn't. It stands there, trapped by a flimsy rope. Why? Because when it was a baby, it tried to break the rope. Pulled and pulled, but it wasn't strong enough. Failed 1,000 times. Eventually, its brain made a permanent calculation. The rope is stronger than me. Trying is useless. Now that the elephant is fully grown, it doesn't matter that it has the power to escape. It has learned that it is helpless. This is not just an animal story. This is the exact psychological mechanism that keeps you stuck in a dead-end job, a toxic relationship, or a depression loop. Welcome to the psychology of learned helplessness. This is the darkest corner of behavioral psychology because it explains how to break a living thing without touching it. You don't need chains to enslave someone. You just need to destroy their belief that they can escape. The mechanism works in 3 brutal stages. Stage 1. Uncontrollable trauma. The subject is exposed to a negative stimulus: pain, criticism, noise, or failure. The key is that the pain must be random and inescapable. If you work hard and get punished, that creates confusion. If you do nothing and get punished, that creates fear. When an abusive partner screams at you for washing the dishes wrong, and then the next day screams at you for not washing the dishes, your brain realizes that your actions have no effect on the outcome. The logic centers of your brain start to shut down. Stage 2. Perceived lack of control. Once the brain realizes that action does not equal result, it stops calculating strategies. It enters a state of cognitive deficit. You stop looking for solutions because you have accepted the premise that solutions don't exist. This is why you give your friend great advice on how to leave their toxic ex, and they agree with you, but they never leave. They aren't stupid. They are psychologically paralyzed. They literally cannot see the door even though it is wide open. They believe the rope is still holding them. Stage 3. Passivity and depression. This is the final state. The subject stops trying to avoid the pain. They simply sit there and take it. In experiments, subjects who were taught helplessness would sit in a room with an annoying loud noise. There was a button right in front of them to turn it off. They didn't push it. They just sat there and suffered. Why? Because they had been trained to believe the button wouldn't work. Dark psychologists and manipulators use this on purpose. If they want to control you, they will systematically crush your agency. They will invalidate your small wins. Oh, you got a promotion? Too bad it pays so little. It will create impossible double binds. You're too clingy when you text, but you don't care about me when you don't text. They are training you like the baby elephant. They are teaching you that no matter what you do, you lose. Once you believe that, you will stop fighting back. You become the perfect victim. So how do you break the rope? You cannot talk your way out of learned helplessness. You cannot think positive. Your brain requires evidence to rewrite the code. You need to retrain your brain to see the connection between action and result. You do this through micro-wins. Do not try to fix your whole life today. That is too big. The stake is too deep. 8. Pick one tiny thing you have 100% control over. Make your bed. Drink a glass of water. Walk around the block. When you do the action and get the expected result, your brain registers a spark. Remembers I did X and Y happened. That power. You have to stack these micro-wins every single day. You're rebuilding the neural pathways of agency. You're reminding the elephant that it is grown up now. But there is a strange paradox here. Learned helplessness is when smart people think they are powerless. But what happens when stupid people think they are geniuses? What happens when someone is so incompetent that they lack the intelligence to realize how incompetent they are? This creates a different kind of monster. The loud, confident idiot who runs the company into the ground while thinking they are a visionary. If you want to know why the most incompetent people are often the most confident and how to spot, then you need to understand the next cognitive bias. Click the next video. We are going to learn the Dunning-Kruger effect.